From Eyewitness News, this is Sports Wrap.
Hi, we're the Mount Hope Cheerleaders, and welcome to Friday Night High School Football Wrap.
All right, thanks, ladies. Hello, and welcome to Week 4 of our Friday Night High School Football Wrap. I'm Sarah Hogan. Thanks for tuning in. Hard to believe, but we are almost already halfway point, that is, at the high school season, and still there's a lot more football to be played. Many teams have yet to be handed their first league loss of the season. One of those teams included Cranston West, who had a gutsy win at home last Friday against EP. Tonight, the Falcons playing host to North Kingstown. Team still looking for the first win of the season. Falcons D soaring Nicholas DeMarco reads the play, intercepts the ball here, pick six the other way. And West defense was big all night long. DeMarco, Evan Carburn, and Brendan Church team up for the big tackle. Another skipper's loss here, and the offense keeps going for West. Brian Stetson takes the pitch from Matt Russo. He gets some help from his friends. 30-yard run into the end zone. And West rolls over NK 47-7. Now West meeting East. The Cranston East Thunderbolts taking a trip tonight to Warwick to take on the Hendricken Hawks. The Hawks trying to make it 2 league wins in a row at home. Hawks fans all painted up for this one. Hendricken, big defensive plays early. Bolts trying to get on the board, but Luis Falcone ended that threat right there with the interception. Hawks hold the Bolts scoreless in the first half. Second half here, Hawks offense continues to roll. Ryan Branahan calls his own number, the big run that gets the first down. That play will set up this Falcone touchdown. Hawks go on to win 35-0. And our last stop in Division I brings us to Pierce Field in East Providence, where the Townies were taking on D1 foe Portsmouth. Both the Townies and Patriots trying to bounce back from their first league losses of the season last week. First quarter, Patriots striking first. Bobby Chavis, the 17-yard pass to Nick Martins, who falls into the end zone for the first touchdown of the game. Portsmouth ahead 7-0, but the Townies would respond on the 2-yard line. Brandon Peters with the QB keeper, and that touchdown evens up the score at 7 apiece. But in the second quarter, the Townies forge ahead. Jalen Braxton, the big run here. He escapes everyone's grasp and is off to the races. 52 yards to the house. Townies get the big win at home, 26-22 over Portsmouth. And one division down with 2 to go. Plenty more high school football coming up next.
And 1.
Hi, we're the Hendricken Hawks Cheerleaders. Stick around for more of the Friday Night High School Football Wrap.
We'll make stops in Westerly, Pawtucket, and Bristol. Stay tuned for highlights from D2 and 3 and 4 coming up next.
Hi, we're the Johnson High School Cheerleaders, and welcome back to the Friday Night High School Football Wrap.
All right, welcome back to the show. Some great action tonight in Division I. Did it carry over to the other divisions tonight? Well, let's see. In Division II, we have a battle of the unbeaten as Central played host to Johnston. One team going home tonight with their first loss of the season. Third quarter action. Central Knights QB Kyle Amadou, hands off to Captain Mike Washington, who gets the big hole inside for the touchdown. These two hook up again for the 2-point conversion, and the game is tied at 28. Panthers trying to answer back, first and goal, but Knights come up with a big stop on D. Tui Banto with the hit, and Mike Washington recovers the ball. This one would go to double overtime, where the Knights come up with a big win at home, 42-36 over Johnston. Staying in Division II, Cumberland Clippers hosting Westerly. The home team fired up for this one, but it would be the Bulldogs that would bite big tonight. Jeremy Octo, the strip. Bryant Ebright there for the recovery on offense. Alexander Brown, the quarterback, escapes the rush, and he is off down and inside the red zone. A little bit later on, Alex calls his own number. He dives in for 6. Bulldogs get the road win, 14-7 over Cumberland. And a busy night as well in the city of Pawtucket. The Tolman Tigers looking to stay undefeated in D2 tonight as they played host to Pilgrim. Tiger defense tough. Andre Gilbert, the interception right here. Nice pick and run for Andre. He's going the other way. Tolman offense gets geared up. Luis Rodriguez up top to Justin Otis. Great grab by Justin. Then Andre seals the drive. Gilbert the touchdown run. Tolman rolls over for the big win, 55-6 over Pilgrim. And wrapping up the action tonight in Division II, we have Tollgate and Mount Hope. The Titans looking for their first win of the season as the Huskies look to improve to 2-1. First quarter action, Huskies up 6-0. Looking to add to it, QB Kyle Valenzuela hands off to John DeMetza, who cuts inside and is off to the races, 50 yards to the house. And after a successful 2-point conversion, the Huskies go in front 14-0. In the second quarter, the Huskies on offense again, but this time captains Nick Carr and Stephen Haley read the play here and gear up for the sack, and the Huskies are forced to punt after that one, but they would eventually go on to shut out Tollgate 38-0, the final. Switching from Division II to Division IV, Central Falls playing host to Mount Pleasant tonight in a battle of the unbeaten. Kilty's fired up for the road trip. They got the offense going early. Jaquan Montero calls his own number off the snap, and it was a very good call. The big gainer for Jaquan puts the Kilties in scoring range, but the Warriors defense comes up with a big play. Steven Vasquez, the interception. The big play puts an end to that drive, but the Kilties D was too tough. Titus Cargbo, the big sack. Mount Pleasant stays undefeated this season with a 14-12 win over Central Falls. And our last stop in Rhode Island brings us to Smithfield, where the Sentinels were taking on crosstown rival North Smithfield. First quarter action, Matt Luca hands off the star of the night, Adam Branch. Off to your right, he runs it in for the touchdown, a 15-yarder. Then later on, these two team up again, but this time on a misdirection play. Branch off to the races again, 47 yards for the touchdown. Quite the night for Branch. The Sentinels go on to get their first league win of the season, 28-7. over North Smithfield. Over the border now and into Massachusetts. Old Colony League matchup here between Attleboro and Taunton. Blue Bombardiers looking to improve to 3-1 of the season. Tigers band fired up tonight, but Attleboro taking advantage. Tigers driving, trying to get some offense going, but Cleveland White ends the drive with the interception. Plenty of those tonight, huh? Bombardiers plenty of offense tonight, most of it coming from Malik Clark. He takes the handoff from Chris Walsh and gets the big gain here. Few plays later, these two would hook up again. This time they would go airborne. Walsh would find Clark wide open, and that would be his third TD of the night. Bombardiers beat the Tigers with the score 33-7. Our final stop tonight in Dighton Rehoboth, where the Falcons were hosting Bishop Stang. 14-0 game. Stang trying to get on the board. Mike Villavacqua calls his own number. He's off to the races, gets the first down, and is into the red zone. But the Falcons defense do not let them score. Jared Joyle, the great open field tackle here. Falcons would get the ball back on downs, and the offense would go to work. Brian Roca takes the handoff from Jerry Whitmore and makes the nice cut for the big gain. That would set up this play coming up here. Whitmore would go to Joyle as he would dive into the end zone for the touchdown. Dighton Rehoboth shuts out Stang 20-0. All right, and coming